Hello and welcome to what is it? Week 6? I was ready and then I have to double check. So yes, week 6. I had it open there. Welcome to week 6. I am trying to make a video, clearly. It's been a long week. It's been a long day. One of my other jobs, I have to teach this 4-hour long Zoom class, and I just finished that like 2 minutes ago and wanted to make sure I still had time to do this. The reason I'm making this video is because a couple of you actually did email me and said you still wanted them. So yay, thank you. That actually made my day to hear back from somebody about something positive. That was really cool. So thank you. Not a whole lot to say other than here's an update about discussions. Some of you are doing so much better on the discussions. Yay. Some of you still phoning it in at the very last minute, but you're probably not one of the ones watching the video, so I don't really think I have to say much about it. Some of you are still doing the summaries and quotes, and some of you I can see are truly, truly trying, but it might be that you just haven't had to give your opinion very often, and so it's kind of difficult for you to figure out how to do it. So if that's the case, just keep trying, seriously. This past discussion, I saw people trying to say a little bit more, but so many people just did this whole, yes, I do believe due to technology, due to technology, due to technology, but didn't say anything about what kind of technology. It's great to say that you do believe that technology will help us, but if you don't tell me what kind of technology is going to help us, it's kind of like just saying, yeah, according to science fiction, this will happen one day. That's not how it works. So moving forward, make sure to be a tiny bit more detailed. So like for the technology, a few people specified like the renewable resources. Somebody mentioned the electric car, different things like that. Look at what you're talking about and expand. So I know you know what you're talking about, and you're not just picking a key word and slapping it in there a million times to make it sound like you know what you're talking about. Not saying you didn't, but pointing out I need a little more detail from you. I haven't been as nitpicky on the writing correctly. There were a few people who got full points for that, who did have some typos. Try to be a little better on that. I'm trying really hard to focus more on content first, but I'm going to have to start being a little pickier. So if you have like this massive run-on sentence, yeah, you're going to have to fix that. Make sure you not alphabetize, make sure you capitalize things, that kind of stuff. And don't random capitalize. I don't know why people do that. My own kid does that all the time. Drives me crazy. Okay, that's the discussion stuff. Oh, one other thing. There's a couple of you that are writing incredible discussions. They make me so happy. But you're only doing stuff one day, or you're waiting till the last day to do it. You're losing points here. And I give extra points. Like I give extra points continuously. And so there are people who are doing incredible jobs, but you're not getting any extra points because you're not doing everything you're supposed to. So take a look, that kind of thing. Okay, big topic. Your first exam is this week. Everybody, if you're looking at your week details that you have to open, if you're actually looking through it and reading it, you should be doing beautifully on all of your quizzes at this point. And doing well on the quizzes will help set you up for the exam. The first exam is this week. It opens up, it closes Friday at 10 p.m. You get one chance only. When you open it, the clock starts ticking. So make sure you're ready to take it. If I were you, I would have copious notes about my previous quizzes before I sat down to take this test. That's what I would do. Now, the last big thing to discuss, well, actually, I lie. There's a couple things. There's a really long PowerPoint presentation that I filmed previously, and it's about global warming and energy. I highly recommend watching it if you can stomach it. There's a lot of good information in there, and it might actually help you some with some of the stuff having to do with your presentations. There is a link to a video about global warming that, well, I should say climate change, because it's listed as climate change is an absolute nightmare. It's great. I love it. I highly recommend watching it because it's going to kind of put a slight different view on things. And so totally worth it, in my opinion. Okay, that's the main stuff I wanted to mention. So I could get to this big one. The group project, the semester long project, this thing that you're supposed to be working with a group of people. This, you started earning your grade day one. This is a follows directions kind of assignment. This past week, you had to turn in your group responsibilities. It was very detailed at what you needed to tell me. Some people told me this much. You didn't get all the points. Some people told me everything. Beautiful, wonderful. You got your points. I'm a little concerned at the number of people who told me that they are communicating via Snapchat, group text, email, these kinds of things. If you want to do it, that's fine and dandy, whatever. But I want to reiterate that part of your personal grade is based on how much you're using that group discussion board. You are supposed to use the group discussion board. Every member of the group is supposed to use the group discussion board. I had quite a few people who said that they had to email their group mates in order to get their attention, and some still never got their attention. I'm here to tell the ones who were doing the group discussion board and trying to chase these little people down, because chances are you're watching the video and they are not. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. I would not worry about chasing them down. They're just failing themselves. I would honestly stick to the group discussion board. Every week, put something in there. Just say, okay, well, this week I am reading this article, and then come back later and, well, I read that article and here are what I think are some of the important parts. Come back the next week. Well, I was hoping one of the group mates would be researching this. Make it awkward if you have to. Call people out in your group. I don't care. Everybody is supposed to be using those group discussion boards. At the end of this term, when you are graded, those group discussion boards are worth 25% of the grade. So by not using them, that's going to hurt you. And it's not just a, did you use it? Yes or no. I actually have a thing worked out depending on how many times you've posted, how many things you've read, how many things you've replied to. I even have on there when you first posted. There are some people who will panic near the end of the term, and they're just going to come in there and slam out a whole bunch of messages. That's why I also look at whether or not you went back and responded to anyone who commented to you. You are really supposed to communicate with these group discussion boards. Do I realize that they're more annoying and take a little more effort than doing a group text? Yes. 100% yes, I know this. But the reason I do this is whoever's in my class, I can see what you've gone to. I can see if you've read something. I can see whether or not you've opened this. So towards the end of the term, when some of these missing in action group members suddenly show up and insist that no one ever replied to them, or, no one emailed them, no one communicated with them, I have that group discussion board and I can say such and such has been posting regularly and has tried to communicate and you never once looked on there. Or I can say, I see that you didn't access your group discussion board until March 20th. The group discussion board is there so I can protect the person who's actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. I am taking away the excuses from the people who don't do what they're supposed to do. I've gotten a few emails of people saying, I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. That's part of the project. You need to read the instructions for the project, like actually read them. Don't skim it. Don't only read the bold. Read the instructions. You then work with your group to discuss how you want to do what I told you to do. This is part of the whole learning how to stand on your own 2 feet kind of thing. A lot of people get used to getting basically a template that says, okay, I want you to blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing that. That's not how the real world works. I gave you information. I said, these are the articles you need to cover. I said you needed to tie it into the textbook, bring in a little more information. How does this, how does this have to, what does it have to do with the environment, climate change, whatever? I gave you what you need to have covered. It's up to you how you do it. If you are the kind of person who just takes charge and would rather just do the whole project and then talk to the other people after, you can. I would recommend not doing that because that takes away other people's, well, takes away their right to actually learn and do their own thing and have their own voice. I'll be honest though, I was that person when I was in college because I got so tired. I got so tired of people who would never do what they were supposed to do. That by the end of my bachelor's, any group project I got, I walked in there and I told my group mates, I will have it ready at this date and then we'll practice. Totally what I did. That was not fair to them. That took away their chance to show their own and to give their own voice. But that's what I did. Every group needs to have one strong leader. Sometimes you can get away with a co-leader where 2 people are equal, but typically one good strong leader to make sure things are happening. Not everybody is a leader. It is okay if you are not a leader. Not everybody is. I'm sure we have all had managers that were horrible managers because they just aren't good managers. We have probably worked with people who are not management, who know how to manage better than the manager. It takes different people to run this world. Same thing for the group project. That's why I would suggest find out which person in your group is, a more natural leader, and then follow. We need leaders, we need followers. You guys discuss how you want to do it. If you want one person to do all the articles and one person to be researching outside and one person to be doing the text, fine. I will tell you though, some of the most successful groups I have ever had were the ones where all of the members read the articles. They put in the group discussion board, this week we're reading this article. And everybody in the group read the article. And then each of them put in the discussion board what they got from it. These are what I found important. These are what I found important. You get different views from different people, you're going to do better. And if the whole group is doing that for each article, you will sound more like one voice. And that's a great thing. It's important though to actually read the assignment. I know that there are people missing in action. I gave a lot of feedback in those assignments telling you that I wait until midterm and then I start trying to chase these people down. Because every single term, I have people who are just not bothering doing anything for the first half of the class. And it's not until they see that they have just not done anything and they're going to fail that one of 2 things happen. One, they get scared and they talk to me. We discuss everything and I show them that it's possible to still do well in the class if they just start doing what they're supposed to do. We'll have a few of those people. And then we have a few people who realize they thought they didn't have to really do anything. And then when they realize they do, they drop the course. So I don't chase anybody down until after midterm and those people have been withdrawn. That's when I jump in there and start chasing people. And I will chase some people down, not gonna lie. Also, I've said this in previous videos, I've said it in announcements, doing it again. If you need something from me, email me the actual email address, the linda.bernhardt@sgsc.edu. That is the email address that you need to email me. I am so sorry, but I just realized, yes, I did do it right. I had responded to someone earlier and I just blanked and was afraid I didn't say .edu, but I did. That will come to my phone and I will get that. I will get that no matter what time of day, and I will respond so much faster. If you are sending me messages through Brightspace, i.e. Georgia View, I might respond that day. It might be 3 days later. I can't guarantee it because I do not log on to that every single day. I don't have time to log on to it every single day. I have times that I open up and then I do a whole lot of work in there. And I don't want you to not do something correctly because I haven't responded. So please, 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 either email me to the actual email address or send me a text in the number that I supplied for you on the syllabus. Those are the two ways to get an answer from me quickly. So please, 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 please do that. I think that's about it. If I've missed something or there's something else you need to know, shoot me a message, let me know. And yeah, I guess that's it. I need to finish doing the rest of the grading and do my stuff for the lab now. And that's the one other thing. If you are in the lab and the class, do not confuse the projects. I'm going to give you this heads up in the video for the lab as well. So don't worry, you'll be reminded again. And yeah, so I guess that's it. And good luck on your exam. Peace out.